What's up, YouTube? This OG Weasel Urban Conversion. I'm back again with another story. Y'all just now tuning in, hit that like and subscribe button. I was one of the fortunate ones to get clemency from President Obama. I was one of the candidates that received that blessing. I had a 30-year sentence. I did 20 years on it for a case that carried 5 years. And the extreme punishment, Obama seen it, his staff seen it, they went through it. It was excessive, very excessive for a nonviolent drug offense. But that's how they do you, under the politics, you know. So I was one of those ones that got the short end of the stick for drug laws changing and all of that. Well, anyway, I'm gonna get straight into the story, man. Good morning. First and foremost, if you haven't hit that like and subscribe button, I'm gonna give you a second to hit it. Okay, now we back. This story here is Beaumont, Texas. I'm in Beaumont, Texas. This story here is gonna be about Dallas and Houston, the eternal beef. Now, I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know how Dallas get down. I don't know how Houston get down. But I was one of those ones that was outside looking in to see the eternal beef that they got going on. This story here was about a situation that I didn't understand from being from St. Louis and didn't know how the politics work with the Dallas and the Houston guys. You know, I know it be different eternal cause and shit like that be having little personal beefs from time to time, but this situation here, this didn't make no sense. This didn't make no sense at all. It was the wrong time that I had to find out about this situation. But getting right into the story, the Louisiana car got into it with the Mexicans. I don't know if I told the story or not, but I'm pretty sure I did, but that's not the topic. The Louisiana car got into it with the Mexicans. Now, when I say when it got into it with the Mexicans, not just the Tango Blast, you know, not just them, because Tango Blast was the majority on the yard. They got into it with the Aztecas, the Mexican Mafia. They got into it with them. On the yard, it seemed to me that the Aztecs, man, they was the Mexican Mafia. They was eternal. They was using heroin. These are the Mexicans that be getting high. They serious, they pushing the line, they, you know, and they whole thing, they got an aura with this heroin use. So I think they had their hand on the Tango a little bit, you know. I think Tango had a lot of respect for them for some, you know, but with the blacks or the whites, the Tango with their chests out, they used to have their chests out. I used to watch them, you know. I used to just watch them, man. So, and they was deep, and their numbers was deep. So, you know, it's quite natural they gonna be cocky. So anyway, the Mexican Mafia get into it with the Louisiana car. Louisiana car probably got 200-300 maybe. They probably 200 or 300. But the Mexican Mafia, they wasn't that many, but they had the yard. The Tango helped them. The Tango was aiding, assisting them. So ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. You know, I watched this firsthand. When it's a racial issue, you'll know who with you and who not with you. So when the Louisiana car had this confrontation with the Mexicans, I got a few, I'm gonna be posting some pictures from so that y'all can see these pictures, man. I'm not really savvy yet, just to, flash the pictures as I talk about them. But I will be putting these pictures up so that y'all can see these journeys in this transition, the transition of a visual that I went through. So I'm gonna be bringing these pictures real soon. So when the Louisiana car get into it with the Mexican Mafia, the Mexican Mafia get aid and assisted by every Mexican on the yard. I'm in the Midwest car, and I told y'all about the Midwest car. I'm gonna show these pictures, and you'll be able to see that I'm with a select few of guys, a handful full of guys that I'm on pictures with in Beaumont. You'll know these are the guys that was in the Midwest car with me. A few guys from Chicago or Ohio guy, little Indiana, a couple of them Indiana, shit like that. So it was about 6 or 7 of us maybe. Well, anyway, the Louisiana car get into it with one of the Mexicans. One of the Mexicans was one of the Mexican Mafia. He beat him up, took off on him over some stamps. So now everybody choosing sides and all of this. Ain't nobody even choosing sides. For real, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Ain't nobody choosing sides. The Louisiana car, the whole boot, them niggas was together. I'm talking about from the bottom of the boot to the top of the boot. All of them Louisiana dudes was together, It was probably about I think they maybe had maybe 100, I'm gonna say 300, but I don't even think they might have been 300 because we was in Texas, and they was deep, and I used to fuck with a lot of them, So when the tension in the jail started getting thick about the Louisiana and the Mexican Mafia, you see the Tongos, you see all the rest of the Mexicans tuned in with the rest of the Mexicans. I think the Tongo was kind of lightweight getting pressed by the Mexican Mafia because they wasn't, this group, they wasn't playing. So when the shit get thick, I pull up my little few guys and be like, man, listen, it's a lot of tension going on. They finna, Louisiana going to it with the Mexicans. We finna go outside and holler at the Louisiana car, and let them know that I'm aiding and assisting this journey with them. So it ain't many of us, and my homies that I had with me, that was from Indiana, Ohio, and all of that, they was pushing the line with me as well. Because they into they understand the significance of this, who we are and where we at, and this and that. So, and they seeing all the Mexicans together. So, I'm in a unit with one of the top dudes from, well, I ain't gonna say top dudes. Well, I'm in there with some Houston dudes in my unit that's kind of well respected in Houston, So I go and holler at them and be like, I think I caught them in a group or something like that. And I was like, man, I know we need, we finna go to the yard, man. I think the Mexicans trying to make a move on the Louisiana car. And the response I got was kind of disheartening. It was very disheartening, and I'm being honest. I kind of overheard about the tension with the Hurricane Katrina and the issues that Houston was having with the Louisiana guys that came to Houston under the Hurricane Katrina. And I think it was some shifting going on throughout the neighborhoods with the Louisiana and Houston. But I felt a little tension. But you know, it was just like, okay, well, okay, y'all might not, you know, like them because they probably invaded y'all city. But it was a terrible time for everybody, you know. So I understood it. I looked at it in that perspective. People had to do what they had to do, and they had to go to the nearest cities and, you know, rebuild, you know, because it was devastating time for everybody at that time. So my heart goes out to Louisiana and even Katrina victims, because people still suffering behind that. So when I talk to Houston guys and I understand that the disconnect that they had during the hurricane stuff, right?